Another great match as Freddie Blassie meets Felipe Mendoza.
And another one for 20-minute time limit. A 209-pound boy from Gardenia coming up fast is Chico Mendoza. And his opponent, 235, St. Louis, Classy Blassie.
Yes, sir, they call him Classy, Freddie Blassie. And boy, he's really classy tonight. If you only had color so you could see this outfit of his. A beautiful, very light chartreuse tonight. Yes, it's chartreuse from head to foot. The hair is a real light platinum. But the rest of his outfit, a real light chartreuse. His opponent, Felipe Mendoza from Tijuana, Mexico. Got beautiful white shoes himself is Mendoza. But it'd be very easy to tell these boys apart. It's Mendoza, dark black hair. Classy Freddie Blassie with the light hair. And we might add tricky, classy Freddie Blassie. The third man in the ring, Iron Mike Mazurki, former heavyweight wrestling star, now making quite a name for himself as a referee. Handles many of the big championship matches. Whenever there's a big match, important match, you'll just about always see Iron Mike Mazurki there handling the big one. We thought you'd like to see him. We brought him on Wrestling Stars of the 60s for you. Blassie Freddie is healthy Southern heavyweight champion the last 3 or 4 years. Claims to be unbeaten. Says he's the only man in wrestling that's never been beaten. This is hard to believe. Yes, it's very hard to believe, but when you see Freddie in action, well, he's a hard wrestler, and there's always plenty of action. Always plenty of action when classy Freddie Blassie's on the mat. His opponent, Felipe Mendoza Jr., is one half of a father and son wrestling team. His father, Felipe Sr., is ringside tonight watching the youngster take on the veteran, Freddie Blassie. Boy, he's taking on a handful. Iron Mike Mazurki and points the finger at Blassie. Says no more of that now. What's going on?
Pick it up, Mazurki.
This Mazurki, for a big man, certainly moves around easy. He's always very close. He's there watching the shoulders at all times, but he knows enough about wrestling that he's never in the way. He's always far enough away to give him plenty of room to wrestle, but still close enough to see everything that goes on. Lock by Mendoza. Yes, sir. When you say that Classy Freddie is colorful, you have to mean his wrestling and his regalias that he wears into the ring. As we told you, it's a very light chartreuse for this match. For a iron, and he dropped. Oh, he didn't make the knee drop. Iron Mike stepped in, pushed him back, says, look, no pulling the hair. Blassie now is warning the referee, says, watch that Mendoza's fist. With a punch into the side of the head of Mendoza. Oh, always get the punch in. The hands in the throat, the head, hair over the back. Rips the hands across the eyes and nose of Mendoza. Switches him back again. This Blassie's a hard wrestler. On the go all the time. This is our first look-see at Felipe Mendoza Jr. And look at those shoulder busts as he ties Blassie in the corner. Grabs a handful of hair, tosses him across the ring. Watch this youngster go. 18 years old, and boy, he's full of fire. Double knee cracker to the head of Blassie. Yes, we said 18, and we made it. It's our first look at him, but boy, he's all right. 5 minutes gone, the timekeeper says. 15 minutes to go. The way the young Mendoza doesn't rush in. He's watching this guy close because Blassie was waiting for him that time if he'd have moved in a little closer. Blassie was pulling a little fast one on Mazurki then. He was having Mazurki watch him as he was trying. Looked like he was going to pull tights, but all the time he was choking on the throat of Mendoza. Full of hair, and over goes Mendoza. Mazurki says, "What about this, boy? Did you pull the hair?" The crowd says yes. Mazurki looks out at the crowd. One of the fans raises up in his chair and says, "Yes, you did." Blassie's telling Mazurki, "Don't listen to those pencil necks out there." We had another Mexican on our wrestling stars of the 60s. Remember Negro Guzman made quite a hit with the fans. Very fast, hard type of wrestling. And now it's Felipe Mendoza Jr. Looks very good in our first look at him. Oh, but he's in against a tough one tonight as Freddie Blassie opens up with his big gun. Freddie says you've never seen wrestling till you watch the great Freddie Blassie in action. Once again, Felipe with the shoulder butt, trying to pull Blassie out of the corner, but Blassie don't go very easy. And the crowd says, "Oh," as Mendoza really throws a big one into the side of the head of Blassie. They can't throw too many for them. But Blassie's a tough one, always coming back. Oh, and he lifts Mendoza clear off of the mat with a big foot into the midsection. Mazurki counting makes him break the hold. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this Mazurki counts plenty fast, but it's Blassie on the go. Look at the way that Mazurki counts. He really gets them in there. But Blassie getting in his best punches, too. Felipe Mendoza out on his feet. Yes, he is. He doesn't know where he is. He's completely out. Falls out over the top rope as Blassie drops a knee into the back of the head and neck. And it's the neck cracker once again by Blassie. 1, 2, and he turns him over. Refused to beat him. Oh, this Blassie, boy, he's a brute, a beast, or whatever you want to call him. He could pin this boy. He could have pinned him easy that time, but he picks him up, gives him another neck cracker, turns him over. And this time it's good for the fall. Here's our ring announcer, Way Meadow, to give us the time of the fall.
The time of 10 minutes with a body press, Classy Blassie.
The measure of Felipe Mendosa Jr., sensational young wrestler from Tijuana, Mexico. Iron Mike Mazurki pushes him back, doesn't let him get in that extra kick that may have made the difference. We're going to try to get Freddie Blassie over at the corner of the ring, see if we can go. Freddie, could we have you? Boy, you sure wrapped that boy up in a hurry tonight, Freddie.
Like I said, my list is on the left of all my victims. My future victims are on the right. I've got a longer list on the left. And all I got to say for them, when they get in Freddie Blassie's ring with him, with the match in Freddie Blassie, they got their hands full. I've maintained time and time again I'm the uncrowned world's heavyweight champion, and I'll put my record against anybody. I haven't lost a match in the past 5 years against the best competition in the world. You've got the greatest wrestlers here, but the best one just made his appearance right here, and that's Freddie Blassie. Like I say, these pretzel necks that get in the ring with me, their body belongs to me, and so does their soul.
I was telling him a little earlier.
I'm their master.
I was telling him a little earlier that you said that you had a body that men envied and women admired.
Well, you can readily see that here. All these fellas are envious with jealousy. Why? Because the women drool when I'm out in the ring. And that's why they despise me and loathe me. But after all, I feel sorry for those fellas. You know, I should have been born triplets due to the fact that I have the ability and knowledge and know-how for 3 people, not just one. That's what makes me so great. You know, great men come along very seldom. But I am one of the greatest that ever did come along. At one time, I had my own TV show, and during that period of time when I had the TV show, I gave advice from the art of mayhem to the art of making love. Anything anybody can do, Freddie Blassie can do 10 times better than anybody else. Just don't forget that. Wrestling, making love, or anything.
Well, Freddie, we certainly want to say that it's a pleasure having you on Wrestling Stars.
That's right. It's your pleasure, and it's an honor. It's an honor for you people to have me on here.
I understand you were calling one of these fellows here a pencil neck tonight.
That's right. They've got a neck like a stack of dimes, about so big. See, you take a look at a real man's neck. 18 and a half, Freddie Blassie. A real specimen, a real man. See, that's the reason they're envying me. You take a look at a bunch of these idiots out here. They have necks like a stack of dimes, like I said before. Bald-headed and everything, and that's the reason they drool and envious. See, if they can't stand it, they should stay home. But why do they won't stay home? Because their women fans drag them out here so they want to see a real man, Freddie Blassie. Just don't forget it. That's the classy Freddie Blassie. Whenever I am here in anything, there you're going to cut me short again. You're not going to give me any time again. That's the same thing what you do all the time. You get me down here for an interview and then you don't ever let me speak. That's the same thing you've done to me before. Not just once, you've done it to me numerous times.
No, we can't.
You keep saying you're going to have me for an interview, and what happens? You never let me have an interview.
Our time's all up,
Freddie.
Oh, no.